In question 9, we're given Chen's timetable for Monday through to Friday. And if you have a look, in the morning before the break between 9 and 10:30, they have maths on a Monday, English on a Tuesday, maths on a Wednesday, English on a Thursday, and maths on a Friday. Then between 10:30 and 11, they have a break every day. Now after the break between 11 and 12, they do English, maths, science, maths and English. Now we need to work out how many hours of English they do per week. So let's look at Monday and go down here. They do maths, have a break, and then they do English. So there's English. On Tuesday, they do English in the morning between 9 and 10:30, and then in the afternoon they do maths. On Wednesday, there's maths and science, so there's no English. On Thursday, they do English before break. That's the one we want. And after break, they do maths. On Friday, they do maths before break and English after break. So we're after this. So we need to add up all these times. So let's do the blue ones first. So between 11 and 12, between 11 and 12, it's 1 hour. So there's 1 hour there and 1 hour there. So we have 2 hours of English after break. On Tuesday, they do English between 9 and 10:30. That's 1.5 hours. And then on Thursday, they do another 1.5 hours. So we need to add 1.5 hours with 1.5 hours. Now, if you're good with your fractions, that's going to be easy. But I'll show you over here what you can do. One thing you have to know is 1.5 can be written as 1.5 as a decimal. So we need to add 1.5 and 1.5. So let's go ahead and do that here. 1.5 plus 1.5. Now you have to be careful because you're adding decimals. So let's bring this decimal point here. So 5 add 5 is 10. We put the 0 here and we carry the 1 to the next column. Now it's 1 plus 1, which is 2, plus this 1, which is 3. So now we have 3 there. So 1.5 hours and 1.5 hours is 3 hours. So in total, we have 2 hours plus 3 hours. So the total amount of English is 2 hours plus 3 hours, which is 5 hours. We're told that there's a bottle of milk and it contains or has 568 milliliters of milk. And what Jack does, he pours out half a litre. And the question we've got to answer is how much milk is left in the bottle. Now with this, what I want you to know is that 1 litre has exactly 1,000 milliliters. So if I want to go from a litre to a milliliter, I go that way and I multiply by 1,000. And if I want to go from milliliters to litres, I go backwards and I do the opposite or the inverse. So I divide by 1,000. Let me write the word inverse that I used. Inverse. And we've said inverse simply means opposite. For us, it just means opposite. So if you can learn this, it's very helpful when you start doing maths at a harder level. Now we know 1 litre is 1000 milliliters. And we want half a litre. And half a litre is half of that. So what is half of 1000? It's 500 milliliters. Now, how did we get that? So what we can do is we'll do it up here. 1000 divided by 2, because we want half. And what I like to do is write it like 1000 divided by 2. Now it's raining. The 1000 is getting wet, so what I do is I build a bus shelter. And I'm going to put this 1000 here. So we have 1, 0, 0, 0. And the 2 has to go outside. Now, how many 2s are there in this one? 0. Now, this one gets carried over to the next column. So what's happened is this 0 with that one becomes 10. So the next question is, how many 2s are there in this 10? So if I did my 2 times table, I would know that there's 5 2s. So for example, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s, and that 5 goes there. Now moving on, how many 2s are there in this 0? 0. So we move on now because there's no carryover. How many 2s are there in this 0? 0. And we stop there. Now if you look here, that is our answer, 0, 5, 0, 0. And what did we say about the leading zeros? We said you can cross them out. So our answer is 500. So it's there. Now, we've poured out 500 milliliters. So we need to ask how much have we got left. So our calculation is 568 take away 500. So it's 8 take away 0 is 8. 6 take away 0 is 6. And finally 5 take away 5 is 0, so we can leave that. So our answer is 68 milliliters. Now what some people do is they do 568. We know this is the ones column, this is the tens column, and this is the hundreds column. And some people call this the units column. So let me just write a little label there. That is the units column. Some children call it units. Right, what some children will do, they know they have to take away 500. So they go to the hundreds column and take away 5 from there. And because there's only 5, that 5 disappears and you're left with 68. So they can see straight away that we are left with 68 milliliters. And one final thing, milliliters can be written shorthand as ml. So I want you to learn 2 things. 1 litre is equal to 1000 milliliters. And milliliters milliliters. And if you can please remember this, it will help you with your maths later on.